We've all heard it before. A successful entrepreneur, artist, actor, or visionary tells us to follow our dreams or our heart or our gut or our inner voice. At times, it can seem cheesy, but it's not. Following your intuition is a necessity to be successful. And this feeling is actually not in your heart or in your gut, but in a part of your brain. The problem is that most successful people have a hard time explaining their success. And when you understand how the brain works, this makes perfect sense. The neocortex is the part of the brain that is responsible for rational and analytical thought and language. The limbic brain, which is responsible for your feelings and emotions and behavior, has no capacity for language. This is why we often struggle with communicating our feelings. If a friend asks you why you love someone, maybe you explain how he or she is charming and funny and good-looking. But there are many other funny and charming and good-looking people in the world. We don't necessarily love them too. Logically, we know our explanation isn't the real reason. We love people because of how they make us feel. Yet we often can't put these feelings into words because our limbic system can't articulate emotion. Our limbic brains are smart and often know what is right. The problem lies in our inability to explain the reasons that may cause us to doubt ourselves. Even when we try to articulate our gut feelings, there's often this discrepancy between our own explanation and what we really feel. Deep down, we know what decision is best for us. However, because we cannot rationalize our feelings in an easy way, like reading numbers on a list, which is using our neocortex, we often follow the crowd instead of going with our gut feeling. At age 27, Adam Braun left a lucrative job at Bain & Company to start Pencils of Promise. During his freshman year, Steve Jobs dropped out of Reed College, but decided to sleep on a friend's floor and continue attending a calligraphy class. In the early 90s, Bert and John Jacobs lived out of their van while they designed and sold t-shirts, knowing nothing about business. In 1984, Richard Branson started Virgin Airlines despite having zero experience in the travel air industry. He did this because he believed that people deserved a better travel experience. Today, Pencils of Promise has built over 380 schools in developing nations around the world and has impacted over 33,000 students. Apple, one of the most powerful and well-known companies in the world, is known for their highly functional, sleek, and simply designed products. Bert and John Jacobs eventually established Life is Good, a clothing brand now worth over $100 million that promotes positivity all over the world. And Virgin Airlines, worth billions of dollars, has revolutionized the airline industry and was the first airline to introduce in-flight TVs. What do all these extraordinary people have in common? They followed their intuitions. Despite what was considered normal or rational or logical or common, they trusted their limbic brains. And as a result, they lived remarkable lives and have impacted countless others. The odds, numbers, and expectations were stacked against them. But they didn't care because they knew that deep down, it felt right. There are times when we do need to verbalize why we're doing something, and explaining an intuitive feeling is not easy, and you may struggle with doing so. However, this doesn't make your gut feeling any less valid. When you understand that the limbic system is responsible for emotion and feeling, not for communicating, this sets you free. It's not your job to explain how you want to live your life to other people. It's not your job to articulate every reason why you want to do something. And that's okay. As long as a gut feeling makes sense to you, trust it and act on it.